New Comic Book Day. What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the YouTube channel. It's another Wednesday, so you guys already know I'm back at it with another New Comic Book Day vlog. Today's New Comic Book Day is extremely hype. We got a bunch of banger releases. I mean, we got Ultimate Spider-Man issue 13. The love letter to Kraven's last time. We got Absolute Wonder Woman. We got Void Rivals. So much heat is coming out today, so you guys already know. Let's get this day started. And as I was filming that intro, I realized I have two missing comic books up on my grail wall kind of thing, and I wanted to take the chance to show you guys. I get a lot of questions asking, how do I hang my comics up on the wall? What do I use? These are what I use. If anything, I mean, the facsimiles that are over on my wall right there are just in bags and boards, and I just use push pins. But the rest of them, everything that's like surrounding on the top of my room, I either use classic BCW top loaders, so like this nice little soft plastic thing, or I use comic capsules. They're a company that reached out to me and have sent me some of their products. They're absolutely fantastic, I'm not gonna lie. And so comic capsules I'll use for some of them, some of my really nice books that I really want to keep extremely nice, like this Mr. Miracle #1, first appearance of Mr. Miracle. So, for those who are wondering, now you know, I'm gonna put it back on the wall now. Boom, one down, one to go. Boom. And while I'm up here, I'll show you guys how they're in there. One push pin up top, two on the bottom. For these facsimiles that aren't in anything, same thing goes. They're not piercing anything, they're just like resting on it. So boom, for anyone who was wondering how I put my comics on my wall, that is how I do it. But now that we've got that out of the way, you guys already know it's time to go over the books that I read last week and tell you guys my thoughts on them. I did pretty much read everything. I've been catching up, I've been grinding, I've been reading hella. I'm pretty sure the only books I have not read from this week, yes, Storm 4 and Challengers of the Unknown issue 2. Those I have not read yet, but I will. Don't get it twisted. I'm gonna read those. But I did read all of these, so we are gonna go over them right now. Something I am gonna do going forward now, to switch it up just a little bit, is I'm gonna go through all of my books that I read last week, and then, but also give you guys my top 5. Give you guys my top 5 books from last week. So I'll go over the other ones first, and then we'll get into my top 5. Starting it off with Green Lantern Fractured Spectrum issue 1. It was a one-shot. Pretty damn solid, I'm not gonna lie. I'm super interested in these whole fractured lanterns. I'm super interested in the Sorrow Lantern and everything like that. Jeremy Adams really killed this in my opinion, and the artwork was absolutely fantastic from Marion. Not 100% sure on his first name because they just put last names on a lot of these covers, but you were absolutely fantastic, and that was a great issue. I think I gave it like a 9 out of 10. Very solid, just missed out on the top 5. Same with this one right here, just missed out on my top 5. Easy 9.5 out of 10 issue. We got G.I. Joe issue 3. Y'all know me, Energon Universe is on top, peakest peak of all peak. I'm obsessed with the Energon Universe, and G.I. Joe is absolutely fantastic. I was so excited for this book, and it has absolutely been delivering. Next up, first Marvel book to talk about today, we got Laura Kinney Wolverine issue 2. This was a lot of fun. I really liked the dynamic between X-23 Laura and Elektra Daredevil. I thought they had a nice little back and forth going. Maybe a tad bit of like romance or something like that. I don't even know, but it was a very fun issue, a lot of action, and some cool other characters and everything like that. And something that happens at the end could definitely have some huge implications for mutants going forward. Next up, we got Titans issue 19. This was a pretty fun issue, so focused around Killer Frost and everything like that. In the background, Deathstroke and Deathstroke is scheming behind the scenes. That's all I'm gonna say. We got Nightwing issue 122. Got a variant right here. This was pretty solid. Nothing too crazy. I really did enjoy the flashback stuff that we were seeing with Bruce and Dick. I thought the artwork was absolutely fantastic, especially in that flashback scene. Dexter Soy, the artwork, yeah, he's killing it. Next up, we got Stand Still issue 6. Unfortunately, this was probably my least favorite issue of the series. I do like the reveal kind of behind Riker, the main like antagonist, his kind of just like why he's doing what he's doing and everything like that, and what happened to his wife and everything, which is definitely very unfortunate and everything like that. But the big thing for me is that artist change was just too drastic. But I'm still gonna ride the rest of the series out. I think there's only 2 issues left, and the finale, the main artist is coming back for that. So that's something to look forward to. We got Batman Superman World's Finest issue 35, the first issue to this new Aquaman Atlantis arc. And I thought it was very solid. Nothing too crazy, but a great start to the next arc. We got another book that barely missed out on my top 5. We got Batman and Robin Year 1, issue 4. This was fantastic, man. Mark Waid, Chris Samney are knocking it out of the park. Chris Samney in particular. I absolutely adore his artwork, and this is just an amazing representation of what he can do. Literally, Batman the Animated Series as a comic book. And now it is time for the top 5. My top 5 favorite books from last week. Starting off at number 5, we got The Incredible Hulk, issue 21. I honestly wasn't expecting to like this issue nearly as much as I did. Normally, when Danny Earls is on the artwork, not Nick Klein, I tend to not like the issue as much. That being said, I really think Danny Earls is really coming into his own on this series. He did a fantastic job. This issue, it wasn't anything game-changing or anything like that, but it was just full of action, and that's something you gotta love when you're reading a Hulk book. Full of action. We get some cool cameos. We got Werewolf by Night shows up. Hulk's little, like, friend, Charlie, or whatever, really showcases her new abilities and powers and everything like that, with some nice little cliffhangers at the end. This was just a really fun, action-packed issue. Hulk is stronger, let's just say that. Next up at number 4, my 4th favorite book of the week last week was Feral. Feral, issue 9. This book just continues to blow me away. It keeps on surprising me. I keep on thinking, like, oh, this is the issue maybe where it's going to start, like, falling off for me. Absolutely not. This book has just been so freaking good. I'll say it over and over again. It's a book I didn't think I was going to like, and I am absolutely loving it. It was in my top 5 this week, and it's in my top 5 most weeks it comes out. Next up, number 3. Kicking off that top 3 of my books from last week, we got New Gods issue 2. This was freaking amazing. New Gods, Ron V, Evan Cagle. This is going to be one of the runs, I'm telling y'all. I mean, the artwork is absolutely gorgeous, and Ron V is writing a super, super, super awesome story. I'm super intrigued about the new God, like the kid and everything, and what his power set is going to be. I'm loving the dynamic between Mr. Miracle and Big Barda, that little part where he was writing her the letter and everything like that. And then she's just standing at the door like, what the hell you think you're doing? Absolutely love that issue. It was absolutely fantastic and easily could have been my book of the week if it wasn't for these two. Next up, my second favorite book of the week. Pretty interchangeable with my number 1. Kind of a tie for book of the week. But at number 2, we got Ultimate Wolverine number 1. Last week's New Comic Book Day, I read this and talked about it a little bit more in depth. So if you want to really hear me break it down, definitely check that video out. But regardless, this was an amazing first issue. It set the tone. I mean, let's just go. I'm no spoilers, but y'all know what I'm talking about for those that have read it. This was absolutely fantastic. 10 out of 10 issue. Basically tied for my book of the week. But my official book of the week, come on now. Daniel Warren Johnson, The Moon is Following Us, issue 5. Come on now. I mean, y'all know me. Daniel Warren Johnson is my GOAT. Probably going to be my book of the week every time he has a book coming out that week. But regardless, this was the finale to the first arc for Moon is Following Us. And what a finale, man. Filled with action, heartbreaking moments, freaking, like, I can't say enough good things about this book, man, about Daniel Warren Johnson. Riley Rosmo is also absolutely killing the interiors on this. I know a lot of people weren't the biggest fan of Riley Rosmo before this, and now I know a lot of people have good things to say about him because he is absolutely doing an amazing job on this book. The Moon is Following Us, issue 5. Similar to what I said about Wolverine, I don't want to spoil anything, but damn. Those that are reading, you know what I'm talking about. Damn. But either way, I could not be more excited for the next issue, for the next arc. But boom, that was last week's books. We got my top 5 plus everything else I read last week. Y'all gonna let me know what was your top 5 books from last week? What was your favorite read from last week? But regardless of any of that nonsense, last week's books were goated. It's time for this week's books.
All right.
We in the whip. It is absolutely freezing. We have had the most insane cold front come through Colorado recently. It's been hitting negatives. It's been sub 20 all weekend and everything like that. It's chilly. Let's go to the comic book store. Alrighty, and we're off. Let's see, what's up? What's on the agenda for the Speed Sultan car rant today? It might be a little bit of a shorter car rant. Nothing's really coming to the mind right now. Oh, I guess last week we talked about the UFC 311. Let's talk about what happened. Umar kind of shit the bed. I think he still put up a pretty good fight, but he kind of shit the bed. Rob looked really good. And then main event kind of went as expected. Islam is an absolute beast, but Makano had his moments, and I think he proved that he could maybe get another title shot in the future. I mean, if he took a fight against the pound for pound best fighter in the world on a day's notice. So, I mean, for that being said, I think he had a pretty good performance. Jamal Hill versus Jerry Prohaska, that went pretty as expected in my opinion. Jamal looked all right. He clipped him up a few times, but ultimately Jerry got the finish. And that was definitely a fun fight. And Jerry calling out Alex for the third time. Hey, I would love to see it. I don't necessarily know if he could beat him, but I would love to see it. It's an exciting fight, and I would watch that matchup just for the build-up. I'd watch that any day of the week. Let's see here. What else got going on today? I'm very, very excited for Ultimate Spider-Man issue 13. I mean, love letter to Kraven's Last Hunt. One of the best, most iconic Spider-Man stories of all time. And now we're getting it in Ultimate Spider-Man. That's how I feel. Oh, and then I guess another thing we could talk about in this sports world, playoff time, NFL playoffs. I was shocked about the Commanders beating Detroit, not gonna lie. I thought it was possible, I guess. But I didn't see it happening. I kind of was thinking Lions might be able to make it happen this year. I know they're dealing with a lot of injuries and stuff like that, though, so that's unfortunate. But Commanders, yeah, that's awesome. Bummed for the Ravens, bummed for Lamar, but like equally, well, I don't know. I might be a little bit more bummed for the Ravens and Lamar than I am excited for Bills and Josh Allen and everything like that. That being said, Josh Allen, please. We cannot deal with Patty Mahomes again. I mean, if Patrick and the Chiefs win again, I'm not going to be too mad because at the end of the day, I'm appreciating the greatness that we are witnessing. But I would be down to switch it up. Josh Allen, save us. But yeah, I don't really have anything else to talk about, so I think I'll see you at the comic book store. Bada bang, bada boom. Well, you can't really see it, but it's over there. We have arrived. The bag has been secured, but only part of it, because I did not get everything. So we have to go to the other comic book store today. Let's go. Did someone say another one? Boom, boom, boom. Bag secured. Let's go home and show y'all the pictures. I'm back. My bad. Tried to be Arnold there. I'm not Arnold. I'm Nate. But anyway, we're back with the poll list. Time to show you guys this week's goodies. If I can get into the bag. Is that even a plastic bag or is that the symbiote? I think it was trying to freaking attach to me and everything. All right. Time to go over this week's banger poll list. I'm going to say this now. No boom books today, unfortunately. So I didn't get Power Rangers Prime, I didn't get Vicarious, and I didn't get Lawful. Now, moving on Starting off with the Marvel books, starting off with the main event of the week. Ultimate Spider-Man issue 13. Kraven's Last Hunt has returned. The love letter to Kraven's Last Hunt. I cannot wait for this. Definitely going to be reading it today. We got Blade issue 4, Red Band edition. This has been pretty fun. It hasn't been as good as Brian Hill's first series he did last year, in my opinion, but it's still been pretty good, and the action is definitely top tier. Next up, we got Kid Venom issue 4. This is a book, after the first 2 issues came out, I was so unbelievably hyped on it, and I was telling all the homies, I was telling everyone, go pick up Kid Venom. I'm telling you, this shit is fire. And then issue 3 came out, and was the biggest letdown I have ever read in my entire life. There was an artist change, and nothing happened, and it was just like, bruh, really? After I just hyped this book up to every single person I freaking know and their mother. But we're back at it with Kid Venom, issue 4. No more artist change. The original artist and writer, Taigami, I think that's how you say his name. Yeah, Taigami. He still wrote the last issue, but he didn't draw the last issue. Let's see what's going on with issue 4. If this one is also ass, I'll just go ahead and cut it right then and there. But I'm really, really hoping it goes back to the quality of the first 2 issues, because in my opinion, those first 2 issues were definitely a lot of fun. Next up, we got the Uncanny X-Men issue 9. Really liked the great raid on Grimalkin little event they had going on, but I'm excited to see them jump back into the regular storyline now. Looks like we got Hunted by the Wolf Pack. Oh, I don't know. We got Wonder Woman DC time. Absolute Wonder Woman issue 4. Let's freaking go. I mean, y'all know me. Y'all know everybody. The Absolute Universe is absolutely fantastic. Absolute Wonder Woman issue 4. How many times can I say absolute in one sentence? I have no idea, but this is absolutely fantastic. Next up, we got another absolute banger out of DC. We got Justice League Unlimited issue 3. Mark Waid, Dan Mora, Tom Raban villain. It doesn't get much better than that. I'm super excited about this. I've seen some preview interiors from Dan Mora. We're getting Swamp Thing in this issue. Yeah, I'm hyped. I am very hyped. Another beautiful Dan Mora book. We got Superman issue 22. Joshua Williamson has been knocking this out of the park since issue 1, and we've had some absolutely phenomenal artists on this book. Now we're getting Dan Mora, and he's doing this Doomsday Arc justice, man. I'm super, super excited for this next issue. Next up, we got Green Arrow issue 20. This is a book that I literally caught up on this morning. I read issue 18 and 19 this morning to decide if I wanted to make a business decision and cut this or keep picking it up. As y'all can see, we kept picking it up. I really did enjoy issue 18 and 19, so I'm excited to see what's going on with issue 20. We got The Flash, issue 17. This is one. I am 1 issue behind. I have not read issue 16 yet, but me personally, y'all know, Speed Sultan. I'm a Flash guy. Barry Allen is my GOAT. It's going to take a lot. It's going to have to be a really, really, really bad book for me to not be picking up a Flash title. So even if I'm behind, you already know I'm picking it up. But I'm only 1 issue behind, so we'll catch up ASAP. Next up, we got indie books. Minus Boom, unfortunately, but we still got some peakest peak of all peak. Energon Universe, baby. Void Rivals, issue 16. I am so hyped for this. Void Rivals is always stellar. Amazing book. I cannot wait. One of my favorite ongoings, always. We got World Tree, the return of World Tree with issue 12. This is a pretty damn good book. I'm not as high on it as most people are, but I still have very much been enjoying it. I really like where the last arc is going and the direction of the story in general now. So I'm definitely excited to check that one out. And Tinian, modern horror icon. We got, speaking of horror, this time it's Ghost Machine. We got Hyde Street issue 3. Hyde Street has been amazing. The first 2 issues were an amazing start. Such a cool premise, such a cool horror book. Absolutely fantastic. Jeff Johns, let's go. Ghost Machine is goated. And now here is the final pickup of the day. And it's an absolute banger. TMNT Naruto issue 2. Y'all see the beautiful Jorge Jimenez cover. Spoke a little bit too fast for myself right there. This is absolutely gorgeous. This is absolutely fantastic. The first issue was amazing. I cannot wait to see what they got going on for this second issue. But boom, there we go. That's this week's pull list. We got some absolute bangers. Let's see. First ever comic spread on my YouTube channel. Let's see if we get in this. Woo! New comic book day. Let's read Ultimate Spider-Man. All right, if I didn't know any better, I think it's time for greatness. Let's find out. Let's tap in. Turning the first page. Oh my! my lord. Love letter to Kraven's Last Hunt? Absolutely facts. Let's talk about it. Okay, not gonna lie here. This was literally absolutely fantastic. This is peak fiction right here. Ultimate Spider-Man issue 13. Spoiler-free review. Coming at y'all 10 out of 10, 11 out of 10, 12 out of 10. Actually, let's say 13 out of frickin' 10. I don't even know where to start. This was such an amazing issue. Kraven is perfect. It's just what I wanted, man. He's so menacing. Oh, man. I'm speechless. Let's see. Let's find some interiors to show you guys a little bit. Some non-spoiler goodness. I will say we get a first appearance of another Sinister Six member. I will not say who, but it was dope, and he looked very, very cool. Man, almost every single page in this might be a freaking spoiler. I'm not gonna lie. So, I might have lied about telling you I'm gonna show you something. Come on. There's gotta be something. Dude, genuinely, I think every page of this is a spoiler. So I'm actually not going to show you guys any interiors. I apologize, but it's Marco Cicchetto. You guys know, or Cicchetto. But you guys know exactly what you're getting into. Either way, this issue was amazing. We get to see some really cool new development with Richard, Peter's son, and we get to see a cool little development in his suit and everything like that. You guys will see what I'm talking about once you read it. But man, was this absolutely fantastic. Like I said earlier, Kraven was just absolutely perfect. Exactly how I wanted him to be. This issue was fantastic. Ultimate Spider-Man continues to be the best Ultimate book. Continues to be one of the best books on shelves, period. Ultimate Spider-Man, issue 13. I wish I could say more, but it would really be getting into spoiled territory. Just know, this is very much an amazing love letter to Kraven's Last Hunt. At least one issue in, man. I mean, I am so hyped for this arc. This is looking to be absolutely fantastic. Ultimate Spider-Man, issue 13. 13 out of 10. Let's go. Well, with that being said, that's going to go ahead and wrap it up for this week's New Comic Book Day vlog. Per usual, I want to thank each and every one of you guys for tuning in to this week's vlog, tuning into last week's vlog, tuning into any of my videos, checking me out on Instagram, all that kind of stuff. I really, really appreciate you guys. You guys are the reason any of this is possible, and I absolutely love making videos for you guys, so thank you. And with that being said, we're going to go ahead and get on out of here. One more time, Ultimate Spider-Man 13 was fantastic. Boom. Hope you guys have a great rest of your day. Best New Comic Book Day ever. I hope it's the best day ever, no matter what day you guys are watching this on. I'm going to stop rambling and peace out. See y'all in the next one.